everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where you may be able to immediately notice that things are very out of order given my next main scenario quest. Today we are doing not a seasonal event, but a crossover event with Final Fantasy XI. This event ends way sooner than I would like, given that I am currently dealing with goddamn the Atma Relic weapons, and if you saw the Atma Relic weapon episode, you know why I've been so focused on the goddamn fates lately. So yeah, I don't have the time to squeeze this in when it's actually happening, so I'm recording it really early, and it'll go up several months after it's over. It's fine though, this event comes back every couple of years, so it's not a big deal. It's gone on in 2015, 2017, 2020, 2022, I want to say, and then of course this year, 2024. So it's every few years. It's fairly regular. That being said, without further ado, let us begin the crossover event with Final Fantasy XI. Hello, Ramumu. Ramumu has caught wind of a promising story and seeks an adventure to help separate fact from fiction. Excuse me, miss, do you have a moment? I'm Ramumu with the Harbor Herald, and judging by your dress, you're one of those well-traveled adventurers I've heard so much about. No doubt one as worldly as yourself has heard the rumors of an unusual warrior maiden from the Far East. Danger constantly follows in her footsteps when the Far Easterners I've spoken with claim her dress and fighting style are nothing they've ever seen. Do you know what happened the last time a strange warrior from unknown lands came to Eorzea? That upstart Peter Winsome practically stole the parchment from my desk to write a story. Our readership soon doubled, and he's been regarded as the Harbor Herald's finest reporter ever since. That should have been my story, and I'll be damned if he beats me to this one. But if following her is as dangerous as it sounds, I'll need an adventurer like you to keep me safe. If you're interested, meet me down at Costa del Sol. That's where she was last spotted, so that's where I plan to start. Alright, let's get started. Crossover with Final Fantasy XI, the other Final Fantasy MMO. I'll meet you at Costa del Sol. Alright, I just went ahead and took the ferry from Limzolo Minsa, so quick trip later, we are here. Hello, Ramumu. Any spot of the lady we were looking for? Ah, you're here at last. I was beginning to think you wouldn't come. She was here just a few bells ago or so, I was told. Look, over there. Could it be? Begging your pardons, please do not think me strange for asking, but can you tell me if we are close to Selbina? Or perhaps Maura? I fear I am hopelessly lost. Selbina? Maura? Sorry, dear, but you're on the eastern shore of Vilbrand, eastern Lenosia to be precise. I take it you're the Far Eastern traveler that's been the talk of the taverns of late. You've cut quite the warpath through Eorzea from what I've heard. Yes, I hail from the Far East, but Vilbrand? Lenosia? I cannot recall such names. Though, truth be told, I cannot recall much of anything since awakening in these strange surroundings. By Bayergod's beard, you mean you've lost your memory? I remember my name is Iraha. I am training in the way of the glaive, though I feel I am still a novice. Before awakening here, I was on a mission to... Forgive me, it is hard to make sense of what little I can recall. The only clear thoughts in my mind are of Master and a powerful technique I labor to perfect, Amatsu Kiori. I am certain it is essential to completing my mission. Interesting you'd remember training above all else. Perhaps that's the key. If you continue to practice your master's teachings, it stands to reason other related memories might come back to you. Recalling my mission by first recalling master's teachings. Yes, that does seem plausible. I do not doubt many of the techniques I learned have a specific purpose. It would only be a matter of focusing on this particular one. This is the scoop I've been looking for. A Far Eastern warrior on a special mission? What if we're in danger? This isn't some fairy tale like Peter's story. People need to know. But she's no good to us if she can't remember anything. Help her so we can get to the bottom of this. Here, take this map before you go. Training won't do you any good if you get lost now, will it? Your kindness is greatly appreciated, thank you. To journey alone in this strange land would be a trial all its own, I am sure. Might we explore the shore south of here? I recall mention that the beach was an excellent place for training. Something about the aquatic wildlife being suitable for sparring. If the creatures here are similar, I would like very much to try my hand against them. And I trust you'll ensure she has every opportunity to do so. Now don't let me keep you. The sooner she remembers her mission, the better. When she's had her fill of combating critters along the coast, perhaps you should rest in Limsa where it's safer. Bulwark Hall should do nicely. It's the first place you'll see after coming through the gates. And I'm sure you'll be waiting there for the scoop. Alright, well, you run off and write your story for your paper. I'll help her get her memory back. Someday I would very much like to try Final Fantasy XI, but I am also aware that it has, it is very much a very different style of MMO than I'm used to, because I grew up on RuneScape? Oh, and there's a fate associated with this. Alright. To begin her training, Iroha would challenge the robber crabs of Costa del Sol. Fight by her side and see that she is not overwhelmed. Alright, let's help out with those robber crabs. Anyways, I would very much like to play Final Fantasy XI someday, but it's a very different type of MMO from what I'm used to. I grew up on RuneScape, like classic, not classic, but RuneScape 2. Back when Tutorial Island was still a thing is when I started playing. I stopped playing a while ago, though my brother kept going with it. And then I played WoW for a little bit, just a little bit, like a couple months. And then I got into Final Fantasy XIV in 2020, 2021. And I've just been doomed ever since. Meanwhile, Final Fantasy XI, it's the type of MMO where you lose levels when you die, is what I've been told. And other very difficult, very, nowadays probably considered outdated, gameplay design mechanics. It's not necessarily bad, it's just not what people are looking for nowadays. So it would definitely be a huge learning curve for me to get used to. But maybe someday I'll get into Final Fantasy XI. Who knows, maybe I'll even do a playthrough of that. That could be fun. Though, I'm already on like a 5 to 10 year commitment with Final Fantasy XIV, so maybe not. Maybe let's not do that. Okay, looks like we're almost done with training. Just 1 or 2 more crabs to go. And it looks like you're basically a modified Dragoon, is what I'm getting out of your fighting style. And there we go. Fate's complete. We got a strange stone. Now let's head off with the Iroha back to Limsa. Also, let's let her finish her dialogue. How far is she gonna walk before she inevitably vanishes? I'm curious. Will she eventually just vanish into the ether to reappear in Limsa? Or is she gonna walk all the way? She's still going. Okay, there we go. She vanished. Good. Alright, I'll meet you back in Limsa. Hello there, Iroha. Good to see you made it back to town safely. I see you came via Middle Enosia rather than Lower, which is a little surprising. Training at the beach was invigorating. It has been too long since I enjoyed such sports. Fighting alongside one so well versed in the arts of war, I would like to think I improved my form by following your example. At first I doubted crabs would be suitable for practice, but I was quite wrong. Testing my strength against their hardened shells swing after swing over and over again. I could easily spend days or even weeks at a time battling them. If only I could remember who suggested this training regimen. Well, while we were doing this, I did find this stone on the ground. Oh my, what a peculiar stone. I sensed something within it. Something familiar. Something dark. A grueling battle in the cold against evil made manifest. A lord of shadows, long dead yet somehow resurrected. The fate of the realm hanging in the balance. I remember. And yet I am not convinced these visions relate to my mission. Why would Master entrust me with a means to slay such a foe? The answers must lie within my memories. They have to. All the more reason I must hurry to complete my training and perfect Amatsu Kyori. While waiting for your arrival, I asked a couple of travelers from Gridania, I think, where I might find creatures of a more dark and unusual nature. They told me of a place called Hake Manor, a cursed estate whose grounds play host to various sorts of hellish monsters. Indeed, they sure do! Yep, that they are correct. These creatures sound like promising opponents full of the fury and cunning I would expect in a true battle. Now then, let us be off. When we are finished, we can meet in the nearby town. Alright, looks like we are going to go train in up by Hake Manor. I'll meet you over there. Alright, here we go. I got here right as the previous instance of the fate was ending, so I had to wait here for a while for it to reappear. Iraha is surprised to find that the void sent near Hake Manor are reminiscent of demons from an old story she knows well. Join her in battle and help her to defeat the fiends. Alright, let's take care of these void scents before they can cause any problems. That's a rather big one to be outside of the manor. I'm not happy that you're out here. Let's get rid of you quickly. You too, Floating Eye, even though you're not part of the fate. Get out of here. Oh crap, back up, and back in. How you holding up, Iraha? You got a few void scent on you, but I'm sure it's fine. You look to have plenty of health. Alright, how we doing? Looks like just a few more demons left to go. And your training will be complete. Oh good, another Floating Eye has decided it wants to join the fight. I wouldn't recommend that, Floating Eye. You're gonna get your ass kicked. As soon as this level sync turns off. Or maybe right now. Or maybe both. Alright, let's get you out of here. Remember anything from your training, Iraha? Alright then, let's return to Gridania in order to meet up with her again. There you are, Iraha, here at the Carline Canopy. I found another strange stone when we were fighting those beasts. Thank you for once again aiding in my training. To witness such majesty and grace on the battlefield is truly inspiring. It served as a wonderful lesson in combat. Yeah, and I found this Aura Stone shard, a slightly luminous stone of unknown origin. It may have some connection with her memories. Oh, you have found yet another strange stone. Yes, it radiates with a warmth much like the last, but the color is... Wait, do you hear that? A long and arduous journey together with a young girl. This vision is not what I expected. We fought many battles together, and we were not alone. Come on, people. I have right in my search info. Do not send FC invites. God, please. And we were not alone. No, I dare say our comrades were well beyond counting. But what business would I, a lowly student, have undertaking such missions? I cannot make sense of it. Still, I must thank you for this. Before meeting you, I was hopelessly lost, smothered by a fog of fear and uncertainty. But now I have your light to guide me. You have brought me yet another step closer to completing my training and unlocking the memories still dormant within me. After speaking with a few of the patrons here before you arrived, I believe I found the perfect place to continue honing my skills, the Sigoli Desert. If what I was told is true, a creature of unspeakable terror roams the sands. They say its strength is impossible to gauge as no one lives to tell of its great might. But together I believe we can lay the beast low. When we have finished, we can take a hard-earned rest in Ul'dah. Alright, good to hear you're also starting to get familiar with place names a bit better. Alright. No, not doing that. Let's head on down to the Sigoli Desert. Alright, the fate is going to be off in the southeast corner of the Sigoli Desert. Looks like someone else has gotten started on it, but we should be able to come in and help in time. While investigating rumors of a sinister creature, Iroha finds herself face to face with Circuit, a fearsome beast of legend. Join forces with Iroha and see if the monstrosity lives up to its reputation. Alright, let's do it. Circuit! Oh, no one started the duty before me. You just got started early. And are taking quite the beating in the process. Oh dear. Can we get it off of you, maybe? Here, let's use a feint to weaken you, so you're not doing as much damage. If I was playing as a tank, this might be a little bit easier. You took quite the beating. There we go, got it distracted. Now you heal up. Please, Iroha. I'll take whatever pummeling it wants to give me. I can handle it. But you were getting your ass beat when I got here. Impressive that she did so much of its health on her own. 26-ish% I think it was? Not bad, not bad at all. Now the question is this a 15-minute fate or a 10-minute fate? Would be way more impressive if this was a 10-minute fate. All right. Good work. You did great on your own, honestly, Iroha. Good work. I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're already making good progress in regaining your memories. Alright, off to Ul'dah. Hello, Iroha. Good to see you made it back safely. There are no words to express my gratitude for your assistance. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine confronting the legendary Circuit. If not for you, I would be but one of the countless victims who succumbed to its poisonous sting. Speaking of, I found yet another shard while we were fighting it. Another stone. Yes, it comes to me now. A mortal struggle. Forbidden magics uttered in a final bid for salvation. It all makes sense now. The pitched battles, the arduous journeys, the fellowship of adventurers. It was not my life that I recalled, but rather the tales of a great hero I mistook as myself. I suspected such feats were too extraordinary to be my own, and the memories held within this stone have removed all doubt. They were of a journey into the past, one that revealed a horrible truth I dare not repeat aloud. And I remember my home, Vana'diel. It is not some territory or continent, but an entirely different world. My true memories return to me now, and it is all thanks to you. More importantly, I believe I now understand how to wield Amatsu Kyori. It should not be long before my path home is clear to me as well. But first I must see my training to its completion. While waiting here, I heard unsettling stories of a foul beast terrorizing Bronze Lake. This was the perfect opportunity to put into practice everything I have learned. Today is the day I wield the power of Amatsu Kiori. After this last endeavor, let us meet in Limsa no Mensa. Alright, one final fate to fight alongside Iroha. On to Bronze Lake. Okay, found our destination. Now where is Iroha? That is interesting. It's a fate you actively trigger. With her memories restored, the time has come for Iroha to wield Amatsu Kiori in battle. Help her to defeat the Dread Dragon and its Void Scent minion that she might harness the power within. Alright, the fate has begun. Oh my, you're a big one. You are a very, very big pair of Void Scent. Okay, I'll attend to the eye as you instruct. Oh, it's not taking any damage. Oh no. That's a problem indeed. Alright, hang in there, Iroha. I'll take care of Spotter and then I'll come join you. We'll figure this out together. Alright, Spotter's going down with relative ease. You know what? I should probably have Juniper out for this. Get out here and help. We've got quite the battle ahead of us. Judging from the fact that the Void Scent Dread Dragon is not taking any hits. Oh, Iroha, no! Hang in there. I'm coming. And her ability has allowed us to harm it. Thank goodness. Alright, Dread Dragon. Time for you to perish. Oh, I used that way too soon. Oops, oh well. Hit you with a feint. Keep you away from Iroha so Iroha can do the bulk of the damage from behind. How's that Amatsu Kiori coming along? Is it just a buff? It kind of sounds like it is just a buff, judging from how it's actually being used, or how it seems to have been used. Okay, almost got it. 9, 7, 6. Oh, it's going down real quick. Goodbye, Dread Dragon. Excellent work. It was very good to train with you, Iroha. Alright, back to Limsa. We'll meet you there. Hello again, Iroha. Good to see you made it back safely, not that I had any doubt you would. At last, the power of Amatsu Kiori is mine to command, and my memories are slowly but surely returning. None of this would have been possible if not for your unwavering guidance. To think I could have forgotten a mission so vital. My resolve was unyielding, my mind focused on the task before me. In the end, I fear I may have jeopardized all I hold dear. As I told you earlier, my home is, or rather was, a world known as Vana'diel. Try as we might, its destruction could not be forestalled, but fate saw fit to give me one last chance. I was allowed to travel back in time to escape to the past before the darkness had consumed all. Together with the heroes of the past, I knew that tragedy could be averted, just as it had been so many times before. Master was the greatest of them all, a hero without equal whose grand adventures I mistook as my own memories. I cannot help but feel I am still forgetting something else important. Something that happened to Master. I suppose in time it will come to me. Before I leave, might we go and speak with Ramumu? If not for her insistence, I would have been bereft of your assistance. It would be rude not to extend my thanks to her as well. Yeah, and then maybe she'll finally get her story she's been looking for. Alright, let's head up and find Ramumu to finish off the seasonal event. Or crossover event. My mistake. There you are, Ramumu. Iroha told me the good news. Her memory is, for the most part, restored. Perhaps more importantly, her training is complete. If you hadn't come with me to Costa del Sol, I dare say she'd still be swinging at crabs along the beach. Now that I have you here, I'd very much like to talk to you about my story, about what you were doing before we arrived. How exactly did you come to be here in Eorzea? And you say you went back in time trying to save your world. Yes, you have the right of it. No life was spared by the darkness. None save for mine, that is. Fate intervened and I was sent back to the past, to a time where I could find heroes capable of saving Vana'diel. That is how I was reunited with Master, although at a much earlier time than I anticipated. The last thing I remember is a fierce battle in a strange light. When next I awoke, I was here, to be torn away from Master when I was needed most. My heart feels like it may burst. How awful. You were close then. Master was like family to me, and an exceptional warrior besides. I spent my entire life striving to become such a hero and live up to the legends I so fondly remember. It all began with a stone, or so the story goes. In ages past, a sentient jewel, enormous and beautiful, banished the darkness. Its light filled the world with life and brought forth mighty gods. The world entered an age of bliss, that is, until the gods fell into slumber. That world is my home, Vana'diel. It was home to three great nations, the Kingdom of San D'Oria, the Republic of Bastok, and the Federation of Winders. Powerful as they were, though, in times of strife they would turn to a single hero, my master. Be it a demon of rage seeking vengeance, or a spiteful god our destruction, Master was always there to pull us back from the brink of oblivion. Wait, hang on, wasn't one of those images like the fucking infamous world boss that no one could beat legitimately, to the point people kept getting banned for cheating? I have heard stories from Final Fantasy XI. I wish to play it myself someday. So long as there is light and life in the world, the legend of Vana'diel's greatest hero will live on. There's little wonder these stories were the first to spring back to my mind. I have all but memorized them, but no matter how many times I asked, you would always... Oh, please excuse me. For a moment when I looked at you, something in your eyes reminded me of Master and I... Don't worry yourself over it. I imagine our friend here often has that effect on people. I realize how ridiculous this seems. Anyone in their right mind would think it's some fanciful dream. But for me, this world is the dream, and now it is time to awaken. When next I open my eyes, I will be home, in Vana'diel, once more at Master's side. This may be just a dream, but it is one I shall never forget. Thank you for everything. It would seem I am not yet ready to return. Is this perhaps the will of the goddess? If it is by her will, then so it shall be. I vow to work hard every day to become a warrior worthy of your teachings. Then, when the time comes, we shall meet again, here in Eorzea, or perhaps in the waking world. There goes the greatest story I'll never get to write. An adventure from another world traveling back in time to save her people. Who's gonna believe such a silly tale? I'll leave the flights of fancy to Peter. But for her sake, I hope she finds her way home, wherever that may be. I'm not gonna say why, but I am now sincerely regretting not waiting a few years to do this seasonal event, or crossover event. It comes back every few years, so it would have come back eventually, I'm sure. But God, for reasons I cannot say, I really regret doing it now, actually. Oops. It's fine. Next time on Final Fantasy XIV, looks like I'm planning to put this one that I'm recording very early in patch 2.2 as the last episode of patch 2.2. So, quick, I guess we're going on a break, and then next time, we're starting patch 2.3. I'll see everyone next time for that.